Oh, the recording is in progress. Hello, folks. We're going to give it one more minute for a couple more people to arrive, and then I will share my screen. So we should be able to see that we are talking about product updates, of which it appears that HubSpot haven't really paused particularly much over the Christmas break. So yeah, there's lots going on, and Shalini and I have spent time working out everything out. So hopefully you guys don't have to. We do have a lot to go through. So shall we get started? I think I'm going to go first this time. So updates. The first thing we've got is, and this is actually quite nice for those of you that are importing contacts a lot. It's a quick contact import. What they've done is they've slightly sped up the process. So when I go to import data, you can see now I've got quick import contacts only. And actually, I haven't ever gone through this loop yet. But let's just see how quick it is very, very quickly. So it's nice. Look at this. This is really nice. I've got my fake contacts. We're going straight away. I've got the option to fix my errors and sort everything out nice and quickly. You know, we don't have a mint chocolate chip, so that person can have vanilla ice cream. Yeah, so actually, select legal basis. It's a little bit quicker. I'm not sure how much quicker, but it's definitely a little bit quicker.
I actually have something to say here because I did this for a client yesterday where I had to upload like 7, 8 different spreadsheets. And it definitely reduces time a lot when you
Okay,
just go in and click, click, click.
brilliant. Well, there we go. So there is the proof of the pudding. We have a better import process. So yeah, I mean the whole import thing has got so much better. It's really good that I really like the import process, but that doesn't mean don't clean your data first. Next, we have the new connected apps home area. So your connected apps. I don't know how deep all of you go into what's going on in your HubSpot portal, but this is it's always been kind of difficult to keep an idea of everything that's connected to your HubSpot portal, especially if like this is our test portal and there's all sorts of things that me, Hannah, Shalini, Hannah, basically we've connected pages and pages of stuff to this HubSpot portal, and we've now got an area where we can really keep tabs on what's going on. We have various things we can do as well. Down at the bottom, we can see all the apps. We've also got recommendations, which is sort of quite nice, getting better. We've got an actions drop down, so we can uninstall. We can get to documentation, and we can basically see there's some nice insights, so we can see what's going on. Notifications, which is nice. So app install warnings, so we can say I want to know when things are happening. It's a nice way to put everything nicely into one place. Moving on, revenue in customer journey analytics. Now, I have tried to make this work, but I think because of the fake data in our portal, it's not. But basically, for those of you that have got access to the customer journey analytics, incidentally, if you do and you've not used it, the pathways feature is really, really fantastic. It's really nice. It's probably a whole webinar on that one, but this is actually basically what we can do is we can build, there we go, Pathfinder. We can build out a timeline of events, and now if we include deals, it should include revenue from those deals, so we can start to just see a little bit deeper into what's happening in our sales pipeline, how the revenue's moving through the pipeline, where the drop-off points are. So again, nothing huge, but I would expect this to get more and more powerful as time goes. Excuse me, tail end of the lovely Christmas bug that everyone in the UK seems to have had. Um, Data agent web research for contacts. Again, this is one of these
Chris,
things
you
where,
stop sharing your screen, by the way.
oh, have I?
Yeah.
I hadn't. I think it must have just
Is Zoom just
right.
having its tantrums for the
Right.
day?
How are we going now?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. Okay, you asked. It didn't there, the screen sharing didn't go away. Anyway, technology. Love HubSpot, don't like all the other technologies. Um, the data agent, we've now got web research for contacts. And as this is an area of HubSpot which I'd encourage everyone to dip into all of this new AI powered stuff. Just because when you go into it, a lot of us don't know. A lot of us probably haven't gone anywhere near a data agent. We haven't thought about a smart property, but smart property can be incredibly powerful. And I'm just going to see. We don't have huge amounts of time to demo this, but I can copy and paste my property. I need a smart property that does web research for the contact using all of that available data to provide a concise summary of their career and knowledge. And so I can actually make this a smart property, and I can let data agent research and fill it for me. So it's going to review my prompt. It's going to create its own version of my prompt. And I'm going to keep talking while it takes ages to do this. I think never worked with children, animals, or live software demonstrations. But it's kind of polished up my prompt. And let's see if we can show this in action. We have a lot of Chris Grants in this fake database. And again, it's going to preview. Have you tried this, Shiny? Have you
No,
played
I
with any of these
haven't.
sort of things?
No, no, I haven't. But yes,
Smart.
we do have a lot of Chris Grants in our database.
Smart properties, though, are really powerful. There we go. So you can see that that's actually onto the web. That's probably straight off my LinkedIn profile. It's found me on the HubSpot user blog. It's giving conversation hooks for reps. So that's quite powerful if you want to create that as a smart property. So it does use credits, but we all get these credits and none of us are using them. So I think having a look with our team can help with this sort of thing. What should I be using my credits for? And how can I make the most of them? So, fill this smart property for all records in a CRM view, in a segment. So build a segment by all means. You know, who are we trying to engage at the moment? Build a segment, fill that, and your sales team will love you for it because it takes away all that research time, and it'll stop your sales manager wandering around going, stop researching contacts and pick up the phone, which is something I always used to do. What do we have next? Ooh, this is an absolute doozy. I love this one. Conditional scoring. So we had a scoring property, and then they took it away, and they've given us. We've got the new lead scoring properties in marketing, and we've also got properties in customer success. And I actually like this as a customer success health score. So if you're not using Service Hub, you can go into lead scoring exactly the same. I'll show you that in a minute. But basically, what we've got is we've now got and logic built into our scoring. So if last contacted is more than 30 days ago and renewal date is closer than 3 months, and we can build up a single scoring block. So making that sort of customer health score really, really powerful. So you can get at that through your customer success. In marketing, it's exactly the same. If you go into lead scoring, and again, I like thinking of different things to do. So I have what we call a data health score. And again, we can build out and properties. So if first name is unknown and last name is unknown and we don't have an email, give it a score of -100 so we can put it on a list in a segment and we can delete it. So have a look at that if you're using lead scoring. If you're not, then think about how you could use lead scoring. The new lead scoring is really powerful. Colors. We'll just shut down some of those new colors available in property settings. This sounds like it's not that exciting, but actually it is. Look, there's a bigger palette. Apparently, it includes teal, and I think that one's teal. I am not great with colors. Is that teal?
That looks like teal. I think I'm so excited. This is my favorite product update, by the way, because I'm a very visual color person and I was running out of using red for everything that was important.
Yeah. Yes, because you want to make the traffic lights, but then you want to have something else. So I mean, we can just sort of type some nonsense here, and we've got text inside a coloured badge, and this is really nice because if you're looking at a page in the CRM or a line in the reports, like Shalini says, visual people, it jumps out. So again, really make the CRM pop for your sales team because then they can see it. And we preview that. We've got lovely colours for our selections of letters. So and now we've got more colours. You can almost think about what colour scheme can be used for different properties. Okay, so that's nice. Go and have some colours. It really does make the CRM much nicer to view and look at. Again, along the making things nice to look at, and I apologize for this to anybody that likes to see all the same fonts used in a sentence. Um, Assistants, we can now use rich text. So if you've not explored assistants, they don't use credits yet, and you can do all kinds of you can do fun things with your assistants, but they'll read images, they will read files, you can import all kinds of data. I've built an HR assistant that will review our employee handbook, and you can ask how much holiday do I get and things like that. So but here you can use different fonts, you can use different sizes, so you can actually make things again visually appealing to your visual people. And once again, I apologize, especially if any of our marketing team are watching. I'm really, really sorry, but I wanted to just try and make that point. And last one from me for this week: improved asset reports and campaigns.
Please stop sharing again.
It says I'm scaring.
Yeah, it just
Okay.
went away from me.
Okay, we're going to do that again. We have to keep an eye on this because it's
Yep.
somewhat irritating. Right, you are screen sharing.
All
Thank
good
you.
now.
Um, so basically, what we're getting is just deeper and deeper reporting on our campaign. Now, if you've opted into Marketing Studio, then campaigns are in Marketing Studio. But within your campaigns, you can kind of go in and look at your specific campaigns. And again, this is Marketing Studio, which we're all still getting used to, but it's really, really nice if you want to create a marketing campaign in of less than a half an hour, and you've already got things. But we've got the performance tab, so that's actually hidden away up here. We can go away and we can see all kinds of goals and targets, and we can do our optimization here. So again, if you're not using campaigns, it's something to lean into a little bit and work out, can we compare different assets within a campaign, so we can work out, email doesn't work for this segment of our database, but social does, and we should be advertising here, there, and everywhere. That's me for the week. I'm going to hand over to Shalini. You can have an extra minute to cram in your updates.
1 second. Just making sure I'm trying the right thing. Okay, cool. Exciting updates. I have quite a few of them, so I'm going to try to breeze through as much as possible. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat. We'll answer them as and when we get time. So the first bit, oh, I just clicked something accidentally, is oh, the screen isn't going away from me. Zoom is being really weird. Okay. Formula fields in custom report builder. So this has been something that's been in beta for quite a bit of time, and I've used it across different clients, and it's actually such a useful tool. So what happens is whenever you go to create a custom report, this wouldn't work for single object reports, only custom reports, because That's the functionality of it. And let's say you have a report here, which I have is all contacts, and I want to see their deal amount, like the total deal amount associated to them if they have multiple deals. So instead of exporting that information, putting it in a spreadsheet, and then calculating all of it, this simplifies things so much because I can go into the formula field, click on add, and then I can just um, put a formula in. So I've just put some deal amount. So this will add all of the deal amount for the deals associated to that contact. The best part about the formula field here is that you don't have to really know formulas like the back of your hand. It gives you a lot of guidance, so you can insert the field name, so you don't have to know the field names by heart. There's also a function tab, which is similar to if you're used to using spreadsheets and Excel. It's similar logic of functions that you can see, and you can then once you, let's say, put something here, I've just put something random, you also see the example syntax that you need to put the data in, what the different arguments mean, etc. So it's really useful. So let's just go back here. And then also another thing is common formulas. So there's a formula library here as well as a function library here. So it gives you all of the goods without you really needing to know in depth what formulas you could or couldn't use. But above all, the best part, if you don't know anything about formulas, you can just go to create new formula using AI, type out whatever it is you need. So if, let's say, I want to see how many days have passed since the contact was created, for example, I just put that as a phrase and I generate the formula and it shows up here. I'm gonna, again, because in the interest of time, I'm just gonna go back to this. And whatever your formula is, you can drag it into your report. So it can be a table report, you can make it into a KPI. So if I'm just gonna put it as a KPI, I'm gonna remove this. Just gonna give it a second because HubSpot is slow. So it becomes a KPI report. So all of my contacts, all of my deals, that's the total value that is there. But this could be something different if you want to see how many contacts you have in different life cycle stages that are that has certain revenue or deal associated to them. So you can really get fancy with these formulas and build your reports.
There's also a couple of lovely ones, win rates and sales velocity, which
Yep.
sales velocity has always been a struggle in HubSpot. Win rate, I cracked with a data set, but actually you've got it built in straight in here. So you don't even need Ops Hub for this. Really nice.
Exactly. Absolutely. So really cool stuff. The next bit is code custom properties. So this is now moving towards HubSpot wanting to make Commerce Hub more better, easier for people to use, more palatable for reps. So you can have different custom properties for your codes to better organize them. If you have different business needs and trends, you can have like a centralized interface for all your quotes and how you segment them as well. So quick but really good opportunity here. The next bit is configuring your tab visibility. So in the sales workspace, you have a lot of these different tabs. You have prospects, which has companies and contacts. I'm gonna let HubSpot load for a second. You have the deal tab, and you have all of this. Well, let's just reload that. Okay, that is not working. Um, we'll get to it. But what I'm trying to show here is you have all of these different tabs, and sometimes your team is not utilizing, let's say, company leads. It's only utilizing contact leads, or vice versa. It's not utilizing contact leads, only company leads, or it doesn't need to look at the deals at this stage. So what that does is, I'm just going to close this out and go back here and pull it up from here, Sales Workspace. There you go. So let's say you have the companies here, you have the deals, and you just don't want your sales reps to come in here and see so many tabs. It can get quite overwhelming. So in your settings now, so if you click here and then settings, it'll show up Sales Workspace. And you can now decide what tabs to show, whether to show the companies tab, leads tab, deals tab. So let's say if you're not using the lead object at all, this would be really useful to just turn off the leads, click save, and I'm gonna, wow, HubSpot is just not having a good day today. So now when I go here, there is no leads tab because you don't use leads. Let's say I don't want to have the companies tab as well, and I want my sales reps to only work on deals. You can do that, refresh, and it'll show only your deals tab. So it's a really good way to organize your team and make sure that you're only surfacing things that are relevant to them and not giving them extra tabs and extra things to navigate across. Then we have branded email templates. So this again, super exciting feature for marketing teams. So if you have your brand kit set up, so we have this lovely cat as our logo on our Babel test account. We have some colors and some favicons. What this means is whenever you go to create an email, so let's just go back here, create an email and then regular. So usually when you go to all templates, they come up as these regular random templates. You don't really get to see what the colors and the logos and stuff can look like. But if you click here and put apply Babel test brand kit, you'll see the little cat, you'll see the font, and you'll see the color. So you get to visualize what that template would look like in your branding before you start using it. And then when you do start using it, you don't have to spend a lot of time, which we have done before, replacing the logo, replacing the font, the colors, etc. It's all done for you. So all you need to now work on is the content itself, and you don't have to worry about design. This is my dream because I have spent creating multiple marketing emails. So much time just goes into setting up the template and then actually creating the content. So if you have your brand identity and your brand kit fully set up, this takes away a chunk of your time trying to set up different templates.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good
And
on that, isn't it?
yep.
Ooh.
And then you have see number of emailable contacts in segments. So this one, I don't know how useful you would find this, but what I've seen is we sometimes marketers we build a lot of these different segments and lists for marketing campaigns, and then we go to send the email and we realize, oh, we can only send an email to 4 out of the 100 contacts, and this could be because they don't have an email address, they could have hard bounced, or like they don't have the right subscription types, whatever it is, you can't really contact them. So whenever you're creating an email, if you click on the performance, sorry, not email, segment, your contact segment, you click on the performance tab, there's something called available channels. And here under emails, you'll see how many of these contacts are emailable. So out of the 1,574, we know 1,489 are people that we can email at this current moment, which is 94.6% of the database. So it's a good way for marketers to keep track of the list that they're making and then not get a shock when they try to use it in an email campaign and find out, oh, half of them cannot be emailed. Then we have customer agent. Ooh, sorry, just I don't know what's happening here. Customer agent. There you go. Um, so this one is similar to what we've been talking about customer agents in the past, where there is a lot of change and a lot of development happening, making sure that the customer agent really reflects your business needs and can surface information to your customers quite easily. So what this means is you can upload CSV, JSON, and XML files into the customer agent, and it can then reference that information into conversations with your customers. So this could be like a pricing table, it could be some sort of insurance information, policy, how many months, duration, etc. So if you have these complex spreadsheets with data, customer agent can now read it and then reply to the customers depending on the data that it's reading. So to do that, you can click on add content and then upload a file. And I am going to do this expanded product catalog that Chris has already uploaded. I'm going to insert it and it's now going to sync. So I'm going to give it a bit and then so this will be under files. Oh yeah, it's already here. and you'll see CSV expanded product. It's already synced, and so the customer agent is constantly reading from this document and is able to answer any queries.
It's really nice because if you can imagine your client, your customers coming on and going, what is the price for six of these, one of those, and seven of these? It will actually do the calculations. If you put rules, it could potentially quote, let them know discounts. So in today's world where suddenly, if you don't have your price visible, your customers are going somewhere else, actually having them be able to ask the customer agent things like that's really powerful.
Absolutely. Um, and then we have track property changes for more object types. So this is something again we've covered before with the standard objects. You can track property changes. What that means is if someone, let's say in a life cycle stage, they become an MQL, you can track that and then report on how much time people take to change to an MQL, for example. Now this is available on different custom objects as well. And different so it's now, sorry, not custom objects. It's now for leads, projects, services, orders, courses, listings, line items, appointments, subscriptions, and so on.
Appointments, the
And so
standard, non-standard HubSpot
exactly.
objects.
Um, Hopefully, custom objects can soon be a part of this. But what this means is, let's say you have what this looks like is if you want to track, let's say, the close date of your deals, you can click on track changes, and then I'm going to put it as is known. It's going to create an event, and then if you go to custom events, you can constantly see when it occurred. So you can see there's a lot of these things that we're tracking, but there has been no updates because it's a test account. You can see the occurrences in a report form as well. So you can see the life cycle stages. If I open it up, and the occurrences here, you can see these are the different contacts whose life cycle stages have changed at this date. You can analyze it, you can make different reports out of it. So you can see at around which time it's spiking up. And yeah, this is super useful for you to be able to get insight on what's really happening with the data in your system and be able to then report back on if things are taking longer, if let's say you have deals that the close dates are getting pushed forward a lot, you can then talk to your sales reps and see what's going on there. If the amount changes quite a bit on your deals, you can then look at is there some sort of confusion with the client, if there's pricing issues, if the sales agent needs more training. So property changes, really useful. There's a few examples here, so you can see how long quotes sit in pending before they're approved. You can track how often appointments get rescheduled, report on seasonal trends and order changes, and surface subscriptions that were downgraded. So if the subscription moved from across different tiers. So
The other
mhm.
the other thing that's really that I love with this is you can create a property change event, and then you can track it in the journey reporting. So you can
Yes,
actually, because you've created an event, you've got a point in time. So you can say, how long does it take between contact being created and property X changing or being updated, and then you can filter in. So it's a think outside the box. What could we do with this
absolutely. I
analyze type
think
of property?
Yeah, I think that's a really good example because a very valuable one would be how long it takes contact from creation to being associated to a deal or MQL. So I think a lot of people want to see those kind of reportings and then see if the contact has been sitting for 2 years before someone actually reached out to them. That's a problem.
Sally, that's a rite of passage. Great update, but frustrating to spend months trying to sort something. Like today, we had win rate calculations. I spent a lot of time working out win rate for a client last year, and then suddenly there it is.
Yeah. It's a curse. It's a blessing and a curse because you go back and think, oh my God, it could have saved me so much time in the past. Um, Cool. And then the next bit is send an email to create a ticket in help desk. Now, this is also such an incredible change for me because I So in a previous role, I used to work with ticketing systems a lot, where clients would submit tickets as requests, and every time we were on a call with a client, and let's say we are talking about different projects and they need to be put in a ticket, I would have to go manually create a ticket, then send an email, and it just was so much time. Sometimes I just felt like clubbing five different tickets together into one just to save myself some time. But now, because of this new feature, if you go to help desk and click on plus and send email, you can just send that first email and it automatically creates a ticket for you. So I'm just gonna do shalini@babelquest.co.uk. Oh, that did not work out. Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna use one of Chris Grant, hopefully. Yep, there you go. So I'm just gonna say test. Here's a new ticket. I'm gonna send, and that will automatically, you can see here, creating your ticket. So it just saves you so many different steps, and then you can click on the ticket and you'll see the tickets here. It's a pipeline that I want it to be, the ticket status. I can change all of this. It has a description. And then the ticket name is also the subject line of the email. So you don't have to worry about renaming the ticket or it having a funky name. I think this saves so many support
Mm.
agents so much time. If you're on a call, if you're on a meeting and you just want to create some tickets as you go, as you talk to the customer, you can just do that here, and then the email gets sent out and the ticket gets created
Does it work?
automatically.
Can we access a template email in there?
Oh, actually, I think you might be able to. Let's see.
Because let's see.
Oh, no, no, I
Okay,
don't.
HubSpot fairies, if you're out there listening, can we have templates in there? Because that would be so. I mean, we've got snippets though.
Exactly. We have
Okay,
snippets, but
so
no templates.
yeah, so a snippet, have all your customer support snippets. That's really useful, very powerful. Wow, yes,
Exactly.
lovely.
Amazing. And that is it. I am a little bit over time, but I hope this was really beneficial for you guys. Lots of good
Drinking
stuff.
through a fire hose.
I feel like HubSpot has not rested.
Um,
You would think that it would have a slower January. It's just gone
yeah,
on and on and on.
but no, well, we'll be back in what 2 weeks and tell us about what's coming up. Well, there's loads of stuff coming up anyway. I think we've got some events, we've got some more webinars, we've got the HubSpot adoption hug. So just make sure you signed up to all our updates so that you can find out what's coming up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shalini, and we'll see you in two
Thank you,
weeks.
Chris. See you. Bye.